Hello everyone, how is it going? So let's get started with an amazing trick that will blow your mind. So for this trick, I will start by showing my spectator that I have picked up any 21 random cards from the deck, and then I'll tell them to pick up any one card. Suppose they pick this. We are not to see this card but for the demonstration, and then we tell them to keep this card anywhere they wish. We can also give them the deck to shuffle as they wish, till they wish. We have a completely shuffled deck. Now what we're going to do is we're gonna distribute it in 3 piles, and we're gonna tell the spectator to see in which pile is their card and tell us later. We know that our card is in this deck. Now they tell us that yeah, their card is in this deck. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this pile, put their deck in the middle of the other 2, and then we're going to do this again, and you do not have to shuffle this or disturb it. We're going to do this again. This time the card is in the middle deck. We're gonna ask them in which deck is their card. They will answer this deck, but to make it look more dramatic, you can say, "Are you sure it is not this deck and this one?" They will feel like we're getting the trick wrong, but we're actually just trying to fool them. This time also, you take any pile and put the deck in the middle which has the card. We're doing this for the second time, and we have to do this 1 or 2 more times. Again, this time the card is in this deck. So as usual, we'll take any other deck and we'll put this one in the middle, and this time we'll be doing it again. This will be the 4th and the last time. While distributing them this time, you have to count till 11th, and the 11th card will be their card. 1, this was the card. You can just show it to them. This was their card, and they'll be like, "Oh my god, how did you guess it? You were getting it wrong." But we'll be like, "Yay!" There may be so many awesome tricks throughout the world, but from my point of view, this may be the best trick I know. So let's get going. From this, I'll separate the deck in 2, and I'll tell my spectator to choose any card from this deck. Suppose my spectator chooses this card. I'll tell them to put it in the middle of the deck. Now I can shuffle it. And then I'll pick up the next deck. From this, the spectator can say stop anytime they wish. Suppose the spectator stops me. I'll pick up this card, and this card will tell the fate of their card. This means 7 cards will be your card. This was the card the spectator chose. Isn't it mind-blowing? So let's get going with the tutorial. For this trick, make sure you separate out all the 7s and all the 6 from the deck. Now take the deck and put any first random card, then place 6, another random card, and then 7. And then just do so until all of these get over. Now what you're going to do is you're going to place these on the top of the deck and then divide it into the 2 halves. The deck on the top will be on this side, and we'll take this deck and shuffle it up. We'll tell the spectator to choose any card they wish, and suppose this time they chose this card. Till the time they're memorizing, we'll count 6 cards. And keep it in our hand. And while they keep their card will be 7 cards. Now, you can do a false shuffle, or you can just leave it so. Then you put this card aside and you get so like this. Yes, no, yes, no. And then you'll do so till the spectator says yes. If you're soon coming till the end, you tell them to do so quickly. And this one will be yes. Suppose they pick this one, it was a no. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna keep it down and quickly say, let's see what's the fate of this one. And you're gonna say it's a 6th card. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna tell them that after 6 cards will be your card. You're gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this will be the card. In case they took a 7, then what you're gonna do is you're gonna tell them that the 7th card will be your card. So anyway, you'll be directing them to their card. This was as simple as that, and they will be food super easy. That's how it's going. Today I'll be performing a very awesome trick with cards, and it only requires 12 cards. So let's get going. First I'll be showing you what is this trick. So I'm gonna take out any 12 random cards from the deck, and the other person will pick out any one random card, and I am not to see this card, but for the demonstration we have Queen Diamonds, and then I'll tell the person to keep the card in the deck anywhere. After this, I'm going to turn the card like this. And then I'm going to give it to the other person and tell them to cut the deck however they like, but they have to flip the first 2 cards just so. And they can do this as many times as they wish. Just make sure that they are doing it really well and just flipping the first 2 cards. They can do this as many as times they wish. And suppose the person stops here. Then what I'm going to do is that I'm going to separate it in 4 piles. Then I'm going to tell the person to flip over the card from left to right or right to left from on one another. Just so. Now if they want, you can give it to them to make a final cut, or you can just keep it so. It's your wish. And then when I open it up, this is the card. I know it's really amazing, so let's get going with the tutorial. So let's get started. For the first thing, we have to pick any 12 random cards from the deck, and then you let the opposite person choose. We got this card. Now while keeping this deck, what you have to make sure is that while we are putting the card in, you keep your pinky finger just so there's a gap between here. And when you keep their card, you try to push the other card to make like you're putting it in right in the middle, but you slyly put it in here, which will be second card from the back. And then what you're gonna do is you are gonna count the 4 cards, 1, 2, 3, and you're gonna turn the 4th card. And from here onwards, you're gonna turn every alternate card, just so. And you will know you did it right if the last card is turned up. Now you give this to the other person and you tell them to cut the deck and flip the first 2 cards. You can even give this to the other person or do it to yourself. It doesn't make any difference. I'm gonna cut the card and do so. Just make sure they're flipping both the cards. So. After this, then you separate the cards in 4 piles. You will notice that all the cards are either faced up or face down, but there's only one deck where there is one different card. So you're going to tell the opposite person, or you can do it yourself, that you flip this card and this will be their card, and do so. This card will be at the top, but it might not look good, so you can just cut the card just so, and when you open it up, it will be right there in the center, or 7 hearts. Like this trick, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and share with your friends. And let me know in the comment sections how did you do and how much did you shock your friends. Bye bye. See you next time.